What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update, giving you the latest ins, outs and contract news with Manchester City. We're running daily Manchester City transfer updates from now until the end of the winter transfer window in January, and we'll also be running daily Manchester City transfer updates throughout all of the summer transfer window. So make sure if you want to stay in the loop with everything happening with Manchester City transfer news, then make sure you subscribe, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. You can check out my social media links, Twitter and Instagram, in description below, hand popping up on screen if you want to go and follow me on there and keep up to date with everything happening with Manchester City transfer news, Manchester City latest news and also JSGC news. You can also find my email in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoy this video and also let me know your thoughts in the comments below with these deals. So we're going to crack on with this video and start off with the ins first, and Metro have been reporting that Ben Chilwell is the left back that Manchester City do indeed want to target in the summer and provide competitive competition for Alexander Zinchenko and Benjamin Mendy. There was no Angelino mentioned, which I found most interesting from this article, but first with details on Chilwell, they're reporting that City are wanting to make a move and value Chilwell at no more than £50 million, and they don't want to spend any more on him. Now Leicester are believed to value Chilwell at more than that. I've heard around £60 million has been valued, and I've heard prices even bigger than that. He's a homegrown player, and so Manchester City do need some homegrown players, so it's not adding towards our non-homegrown quota, which is obviously City can't sign any players in this window because we're full on non-homegrown players, but when players do leave in the summer, we can bring some players in. City obviously not wanting to waste too many non-homegrown spots, and so bringing in a homegrown left back like Ben Chilwell would make sense. £50 million, I would say that's probably the maximum I would go to, and to be honest, I think I'm being generous when I say that. I wouldn't value him at £50 million. I don't look at him and say he's a complete fullback. He's going to improve Manchester City and we should splash out a lot of money like £50 million on him. I think he's a very good player. I think he's a solid player. I think he'd do a job at City, but only if we signed him for the right price. I wouldn't be ripped off, and if I'm completely honest, I feel like if City wanted to maybe use one of their non-homegrown players, so for example, Claudio Bravo leaves and Manchester City use a homegrown spot instead for their backup goalkeeper next season, that frees up another spot like the left back where we can go and sign a left back. And I feel like if you used to do some digging, you'd be able to find top quality left backs available for well, a lot less than £50 million. I feel like City's paying top dollar for a player because he's one, homegrown, and two, Premier League experience. Let me know your thoughts of this though in the comments below. To me, I would probably shop around if City are available to do that. If not, I'd be more than happy for us to sign Chilwell, but only on a good deal. Now we're going to move on to our next story, and it's something that's been filtering through. It comes in the terms of goalkeepers, so a bit of a backstory. So the story's filtering through is about Claudio Bravo. Now he's expected to leave Manchester City in the summer. Manchester City are going to be looking at possible a new number 2 at City, so we've already got some options with Zach Stefan, who's already at Manchester City. He's out on loan in Germany at this moment in time with Dusseldorf. I'm not too sure how he's going on, but I will do some loan reports at some point, probably nearer to Easter, on how players are performing, including how Zach Stefan is performing, and seeing if he is going to be one option that City could well pursue. Another option obviously is Aro Muric, who spent the season out on loan at Nottingham Forest. I was expecting him to be recalled from City and loaned out elsewhere, but that hasn't happened as of yet, so I don't know what's going to be happening there. There are two options that City could go for, but AS, they have been reporting that Manchester City, along with Chelsea, are keeping an eye, and it's not the first source to say this, an eye on Crystal Palace goalkeeper Vicente Guaita. Is that how you say his name? But he's a decent goalkeeper, and to me, I won't mind him being on Manchester City's new number 2. He's Premier League proven too. If we've got him on a good deal, then I'd be more than happy for that. But I am having my doubts about the reliability of this source with AS. I don't think it's the most reliable of sources coming through with information, and I don't feel like it's... I'm not too sure. I don't feel like this is a move that Manchester City would make to bring in a goalkeeper. City like nice passing goalkeepers that play it out from the back. They like players that are proven at a top level of being able to do this. And that whilst however you say his name, he's performing at a top level with Crystal Palace in the Premier League. how good's his passing ability, how good's his playing out from the back ability, because that's something City had looked for. And I feel like if we wanted to go for a backup goalkeeper, I feel like we'll end up dipping back into the market and going back to Spain. But regardless of all that happening, to me, I don't think that City should be signing any non-homegrown player for a backup goalkeeper spot, because I feel like that's just a waste of a position. I feel like there's lots of solid homegrown players out there, and like I said, that if that means Manchester City bringing Aro Muric back, I think he's more than capable of doing a job when he needs to. If that means Manchester City going out there and signing a homegrown goalkeeper from somewhere, no matter who that may be, Man City could well go and do that. I mean, how many goalkeepers are going to be happy to sit on the bench? Not too many. Certainly not ones that are capable of performing at a top level, which to me makes it extremely unlikely that we'll see Zach Stefan, who is a United States international and a really good quality goalkeeper. I think he'll see himself as being better than Manchester City's number 2, and whilst I'd love him to be City's backup goalkeeper, I don't think it'd be best for his career to make that choice. But we'll have to wait and see. I find it interesting that City are being linked with backup goalkeepers, so read into that what you will. Now, Manchester City are being linked with another young player. We're getting linked with Eduardo Camavinga, I say his name, of Rennes over in France. 17-year-old midfielder. Apparently, according to sources in France, he's one of the most promising young players to come out of France. Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, of course, always getting linked with good quality French players that don't much like, remind me a lot of how Bayern Munich operate in Germany. You see the top talents, look to bring them to their club, and PSG always looking there. But Manchester City's name being mentioned and possibly interested too, so one to keep an eye on. Imagine with that much competition, City don't normally seem to come out when there's so much competition for players, but it normally goes to a club that's willing to pay the most, and while City have a lot of money, are normally not the team that's willing to pay the most, so we'll see, we'll see. Another new name for Manchester City is Ferran Torres of Valencia, 19-year-old midfielder. Apparently Manchester City have been scouting him, and a couple of the City scouts have gone and watched him this weekend in action against Barcelona, and apparently, according to this source close to Valencia, are saying that Manchester City are planning on making some kind of summer move for Ferran Torres. So that's something to keep an eye out for. No club linked as of yet other than Manchester City, so we'll have to see. Of course, one advantage you do have from signing players over in Spain is that, of course, they have release clauses, so you don't have to negotiate and get outbidded by teams and get ripped off by clubs, well, we won't mention any teams that do that, but there are certain clubs, let's say in Italy, for example, that we've had dealings with before that do have a habit of doing that, and Manchester United are having troubles at this moment with a certain Portuguese club when it comes to a certain player too, so you understand why City do go to Spain for some players. Now, we're going to move on to the outs, and we have an update on Ian Poveda, who is now no longer a Manchester City player, and it makes me sad, I'm going to be honest. Now, he's signed for Leeds United. The deal includes a 30% sell-on fee for Manchester City, and so City are going to get 30% of whatever Leeds make or sell Poveda for, if they sell him in the future, of course. This is going to be a free transfer, but there's appearance fees based on this deal, which could see the deal rise to as much as £1 million. Poveda, up to the time of leaving, had just 6 months left on his Manchester City contract, hence he is left for a very small fee. But City's managed to get something and got control of the transfer, which is good, because he's going to sign Poveda a 4.5-year deal at Leeds United. Manchester City have also got a matching bid right to the deal, which means that if Leeds United accept any bid for Ian Poveda in the future, then Manchester City have the option where they can match that bid, and that bid will also be accepted. Manchester City, well, basically, we've got an option there for Ian Poveda, so we've got 30% sell-on fee. We've also got an option there to match a bid to try and bring him back to the Etihad, should we want to bring him in. So City have got some control, which is why we've sold him on a permanent basis rather than on a loan deal or releasing him now. So City have got some control, because when you release the players, then they're a free contract, they're free to do what they want, and City don't have as much of a say. Just look at Jadon Sancho, and Manchester City had sold him, even if it was just for a smaller fee than what the, was it £8 to £10 million that we picked up in compensation. If they managed to get a bit of money, they'd have had control of the transfer. So yeah, that's how things are in the transfer market these days. But I do want to take this time out to wish Ian Poveda all the best of luck at Leeds United, and I hope he has a fantastic time whilst he is at Leeds United, and hope he has a long and successful career. Leeds United fans, you've got a wonderful, cracking player in Ian Poveda, so I hope he goes and aces it and has a fantastic time in the Championship, and hopefully we'll see Leeds up in the the Premier League and Poveda playing Premier League football and showing everybody just what he is capable of. But at this moment in time, I am rather sad because City's lost another one of their most promising young players. But you know, the players have to move on, start their careers, and see what happens. I mean, look at Angelino. We'll let him leave, excelled, come back, try and work his way back into the Manchester City squad. Does happen. So there we go, that's been the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, put your push notifications on, aiming for 6,000 subscribers. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. You can find my social media links in the description below and popping up on screen for my Twitter and Instagram. If you want to go and follow me on there, that would be much appreciated. You can find my email also in the description below too, if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships, for any videos or any general business enquiries. And I'll see you all again tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. So I've been JSGC. I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.